Hello my dear students, I hope you all are fine. Today in this video, let's continue our chapter which is heat. This chapter is included in physics. In the last video lecture, we understood about thermometer. What is thermometer? Thermometer means a device which is used to measure the temperature. It can be of an object or can be a body. Okay, so a device which used to measure temperature is called thermometer. Then we understood that who has invented this thermometer. So the name is Daniel Fahrenheit. He has invented this thermometer in 1747. Okay, basically thermometer uses two scales, that is degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Then we understood that it's what is the structure of the thermometer. So two glass tubes are there. The outer glass tube is having scales printed on it, and the inner glass tube is very thin, long and very narrow. So due to that reason, it is also called capillary tube. Inside this capillary tube, the vacuum is created, and one liquid is filled which is of red color or silver color called mercury. This mercury is a metal, and we have seen that what are the factors responsible behind it, so that we can use this mercury in the thermometer. So the first reason is that it is a thermometric liquid. Thermometric liquid means a liquid which changes its volume as it gets heat. Okay, it will increase their volume if you provide heat. It will decrease its volume if you remove the heat. So that's why we are using. The second thing is that it is the only metal which is available in liquid state at room temperature, and also it consists of high boiling point. Now what is boiling point? Boiling point means a temperature at which the liquid start converting into gaseous form. Okay, so it is having very high boiling point, so that's why we are using it. The third reason is that it is having a very shiny opaque physical state. So we can easily able to get it, we can easily able to read it inside the thermometer whenever it show the temperature. Next point is that it is a very good conductor of heat. So a slight change in temperature, it will immediately going to react according to that and help us to know that what is the exact temperature. Okay, so these are some factors why we are using mercury inside the thermometer. So up to this we understood in the last video lecture. Now today we will going to understand the principle of thermometer. Principle, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-L-E. Now this principle and P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L both are completely different term. The P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L, that principle means something the head of the respected education organization, like school principal, like college principle likewise. But this principle means some fundamental law or scientific theorem, or basically the main foundation of respected object or thing. Understand? So principle of thermometer means the scientific law or theorem on which this thermometer can able to work. Okay, so please remind this term. You must have to use PLE. Okay, so that is principle. So our principle of thermometer is heat energy causes expansion. Okay, as I told you in this first video lecture that why the heat is transferring from hot object to cold object. Okay, as well we understood that what happen if we provide heat to respected matter. So we know the tiniest particle is there in every matter, that is nothing but the molecules. So let me recall you once again that whenever we provide heat to any substance, so at that time the molecules as well as the atoms which is inside the matter, they are start to vibrating, means they are moving and doing the motion of a vibration. And due to the and you know that as the atom vibrate faster and faster, it will slowly and gradually increase the space between the atoms. And the motion and spacing of these particles will determine the states of matter of the substance. Means it is depend on the substance, whether it is solid or liquid or gaseous. Based on that, this vibration will increase or decrease the space between them. Okay, and finally the end of the result is increasing the molecular motion, and it will going to cause the expansion of the respected matter. Okay, now let's see. As I told you that expansion is depend on states of matter. So let's see what will happen in solid. Okay, so if you provide heat to solid substance, so at that time the expansion is quite very less. Let me give you one another example. In the railway tracks, you might have observed that there is a very minor gap is left between two tracks. Why? Because in the hot summer day, the iron is a metal, and you know that whenever we provide heat to metal, it start expanding. So if we couldn't put the gap between these two tracks, then both tracks will going to overlap with each other, and it can cause a huge accident. So to resolve it, we are keeping the gap between the two tracks, so that whenever in the hot summer day the heat is been absorbed by this matter, so it will going to create the vibration inside the molecules. Okay, it will create vibration between the molecules, and due to that reason it will going to increase the space between the atoms and cause the expansion. So gaps will going to fill completely, and they will not going to overlap on each other, and the accident can be resolved. Okay, so remind this that expansion due to the heat is very less inside the solid. Now let's move for the gases. You might think that madam you forgot liquid. No, I will tell you afterwards. Gases, what happen inside the gases? As you know, the arrangement of the molecules inside the gases. They are completely free. They can move here and there. Lots of vast space between the molecules. So due to that reason, whenever you provide heat to gases, okay, so they will going to move faster and faster. Okay, and it can create a huge expansion. Okay, so due to that reason, whenever your mom cooks very delicious food and keep it on the dining table, and as she open the lid, you might feel very beautiful aroma of the food. Now you get it why? This is the reason behind that, because whatever the food your mom has cooked, okay, it is very hot, extreme hot. So it can create the gases, okay, it can create the aroma, and due to the heat, the hot food smell is spreading in vast area compared to the cold one. You cannot smell ice cream as you removed out from the freezer, but if you remove very hot Chinese noodles, if you open the lid of hot Chinese noodle, you will definitely going to understand that yes, today in our home the Chinese has been cooked. Yes or no? Because of this expansion. Moving to the next about liquid. Inside the liquid, the very less space is there, okay, compared to the gases, and compared to solid, more space is there. So they are having quite moderate expansion. Okay, and due to that reason, we are using thermometer instead of solid and gases. Okay, so I hope you get it. Moving to the next, the final conclusion is that we can use liquid because it is having moderate expansion, so that we can get the accurate result. Moving to the next, that about thermometer. Thermometer is having two scales. Mostly we are preferring that scales are, the first one is Celsius scale and the second one is Fahrenheit scale. Let's go for the first, that is Celsius scale. So we're going to learn Celsius scale in detail. So let's see. Firstly, Andrews Celsius, one scientist was there, and he has invented this scale. That's why we have named this scale based on his surname, that is Celsius scale. You must have to you must have to remind that whenever you are writing Celsius, so C must be capital. Please remind this thing. In Celsius scale, the temperature at which the pure water freezes at sea level is taken as a lower fixed point. Now, what is this? Let me explain you. You have one ruler inside your compass box. It is having the lowest point, which is 0, and it is having the highest point, small, so approximately 15 centimeter. So you are having the lower point and higher point inside the scale. Same way, in the temperature scale also, we are deciding the lower fixed point and higher fixed point. Now, Celsius has decided that I am taking the temperature at which the pure water freezes at sea level, which is 0 degrees Celsius. At 0 degrees Celsius, the pure water start converting into solid form, or should I say ice. So that's why 0 is considered as a Celsius scale's lower fixed point. Moving to the next for the higher one. Celsius has decided that as at the sea level, if I am taking the lower point as a freezing point of pure water, same way I am going to take the higher point as the water starts boiling and converted into gaseous form. Okay, so that is 100 degree Celsius. So he think that in Celsius scale there must be 0 as a lower fixed point and 100 degree Celsius as a higher fixed point. Understood? I hope you get it. And between this 0 to 100, how many divisions should be there? There must be 100 division. So each division stands for 1 degree Celsius. Don't understand? Take your scale and observe it. 0 to 1 centimeter. How many divisions are there? Total 10 division. So each division stands for 1 millimeter. Okay, so between 0 to 1, how many divisions? 10. And you can say that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So the same way, from 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius, total 100 divisions are there, and each division stands for 1 degree Celsius. Very easy to understand Celsius scale. Okay, I hope you get it. So, as I told you that the Celsius scale is between 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. Okay, moving to the next. Now, today, that's it for learning. Now, today I am going to tell you one interesting fact. First, I will show you one photo and then I will explain what is it. Observe this photo very carefully. You can see a small track is appear due to this rock. Can you ever imagine that a rock can move? No, because it is a non-living thing. How can it able to move on its own? If we push, then it can be possible. But on its own, it can move. Yes, it is true. Okay, this is the true incident which mostly happen in USA. Place is California, Death Valley, California. Okay, its name is Sailing Stone. Sailing stones we have given the name because these rocks can move on their own. Now you might have questioned that what is the reason behind that, how it can be possible. So I will tell you the reason also. First let me show you the location, that it is located in Death Valley National Park, California. It is in USA. Okay, now reason is, let me tell you that California is a very high temperature place and it is completely desert. Okay, and over here the daytime temperature almost exceed up to 50 to 55 degrees Celsius sometime, or sometimes 60 degrees Celsius, and at night time it start freezing almost sometimes 0 degree, 5 degree, minus 5 degree, minus 10 degree. It can drop very quickly. Okay, so that's why over here there will be no living over here there is no trees are available, or not a living being, not a humans live over here. Okay, this is the first thing. So that's why what will happen during the night time, the temperature falls very quickly. So it will going to create the layer of the very thin ice on the surface of the earth. Okay, so it will create very thin film of the ice. मतलब रात में टेम्परेचर बहुत कम होता है, तो उसकी वजह से जो भी हवा के अंदर मॉइस्चर और थोड़ा बहुत कंटेंट होता है वो फ्रीज होके अर्थ के सरफेस के ऊपर बहुत पतली सी बर्फ की चादर फैला देता है. ओके, एंड जब मॉर्निंग होती है तब टेम्परेचर स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली राइज होता है. सो उस टाइम पे क्या होगा कि ये बर्फ है वो स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली मेल्ट हो जाएगी. मेल्ट होने की वजह से ये पूरा रीजन बहुत स्लिपरी हो जाता है और विंड भी कंटिन्यूस ऐसा वास्ट चेंज होता है टेम्परेचर में हाई टू लो में. सो ड्यू टू दैट रीजन यहाँ पे हवा भी बहुत जोरों से लहरती है. सो उसकी वजह से ये जो स्टोन्स होते हैं उसको थोड़ा सा पुश मिल जाता है. एक तो वैसे ही बहुत स्लिपरी सरफेस होता है, ऊपर से विंड की वजह से उनको थोड़ा पुश मिल जाता है. सो ड्यू टू दैट रीजन ये स्टोन धीरे 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 अपनी जगह से थोड़ा 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 शिफ्ट होते रहते हैं. And that's why its name is sailing stone. Even some stones have covered distance up to 100 meter from the, मतलब अपनी जगह से almost 100 मीटर तक का डिस्टेंस भी कवर कर चुके हैं कुछ कुछ स्टोन्स. एंड पीपल को बहुत ज़्यादा क्यूरियोसिटी होती है तो समटाइम्स ये लोग उनको देखने के लिए भी जाते हैं, लेकिन वो फिर शाम होने से पहले ही अपने घर वापस भी लौट जाते हैं. So this is the reason. I hope you find quite interesting. Next time I will come with the content of a new topic, that is types of thermometer, and one another interesting fact. Okay, stay happy. Have a nice day.